Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. A deadly storm, described by officials as a once-in-a-century weather event, has disrupted road and rail links around Vancouver in Canada. 2 motorways connecting the West Coast city were closed after being damaged by severe flooding. Thousands of people were forced to leave their homes due to the massive storm, which struck on Monday. A woman was killed in a highway landslide, and rescuers say at least 2 other people are missing. Community members, struggling to rescue dozens of cattle from a flooded farm, used boats and even jet skis to try and save the animals.
The farmers are very adaptive to dealing with the situations and figuring out how to do things, but we need to get some more help here from our province.
2 people have died and 31 have been injured after a truck veered off the road and crashed into several vehicles in Peru. CCTV footage shows the truck in the background losing control and smashing over a smaller bus which overturns before hitting a smaller vehicle head-on. Emergency crews pulled the bodies from the crash site and rushed survivors to a nearby hospital. The so-called Islamic State group has said it was behind the blasts in Uganda's capital, Kampala. Using the social messaging app Telegram, it claimed there had been more than 30 deaths and injuries as a result of the explosions. According to official figures, Tuesday's explosions killed 3 civilians as well as 3 suicide bombers. Over 30 people were injured in the blasts. Kenya's government has said security agencies are on high alert after the attack. Human remains have been found in a New Zealand coal mine more than a decade after one of the country's worst industrial disasters. 29 men were killed after a series of blasts ignited by methane gas ripped through the Pike River mine in 2010. 2 men managed to escape. The mine was shut and entry barred for years because of safety concerns. Investigators were eventually allowed access in 2019, following calls from the families of the miners. Authorities in the Indian capital Delhi have shut all schools and colleges indefinitely amid the worsening levels of air pollution. Construction work has also been banned until the 21st of November, but an exception has been made for transport and defence-related projects. Only 5 of the 11 coal-based power plants in the city have been allowed to operate. A toxic haze has smothered Delhi since the festival of Diwali. World tennis champion Naomi Osaka has become the latest athlete to voice concerns over the whereabouts of Chinese tennis player Peng Shuai. One of China's biggest sporting stars, Mrs. Peng, has not been heard from since she made sexual assault allegations against a top Chinese official. The Women's Tennis Association said it was concerned that she was safe and not under any physical threat. One of the biggest sports and entertainment venues in the US, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, will be renamed after a cryptocurrency company in a multi-million-dollar deal. A Singapore-based firm will pay more than $700 million for the rights to the 20,000-seat stadium, which will be called the Crypto.com Arena. It has agreed a 20-year deal with the owner AEG. The rebrand will be effective from Christmas Day. Police in Vietnam have summoned Bui Tuan Lam, a beef noodle seller who parodied the chef known as Salt Bae, days after a top Vietnamese official was seen eating gold-encrusted steak at the Turkish celebrity's London restaurant. Lam said the video was not made to mock any particular individual. He described himself in a Facebook post uploaded alongside the video as Green Onion Bae. Da Nang police have not responded to a request for comment.
I've been in the conservatorship for 13 years.
And finally, Britney Spears has spoken about the joys of the little things she has been able to do since being freed from her 13-year conservatorship last week. She also hinted that she will do an interview with Oprah Winfrey and thanked her fans who she said had saved her life. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.